Greetings, all my hair comrades. Rick here. You know, this whole hair replacement, hair system, toupee, whatever you want to call it, when you start this journey, it's pretty much a continuous one. You just keep learning, and you learn by your own mistakes. And I know that I've certainly done that. I have had several guys in my chair to get their systems cut in. They've reached out to me and they've been close enough. I had one guy even that flew a distance to come and do that. It's just crazy, but I was happy to help him. But here is a problem that I have seen. So I don't, in the barbershop, install hair systems, okay? I will cut it in when it's on your head. And so I have had guys come in that have done a great job installing the system, and guys come in that haven't done quite so well. Let's start with the template. I can't tell you how important that is. And if you're like me, if you've worn hair for a while, your bald spot has receded out to the sides a little bit more than it was. I know right at first, my template was only about this wide, just a strip down the middle. Well, now it's way out to here. So you'll have to make adjustments with that. And with that template, I have also found that if you're going to err, it's better to err on the side of it being a tiny bit too small than for it to be too long or too wide. And this is why. Whenever you can do a pretty good job of getting that system in the right place at your hairline at the front. And but what you don't want to happen is for it to overlap into your hair. You don't want this system to fold over and go down past your hairline into the hair, because what's going to happen then is you're going to either have a loose flap if you have put the adhesive on your scalp, or if you're like me and you put the adhesive on the unit itself, then you lay that down, then you've got this glue stuck in your bio hair in the back. And so I have done that before. I've cut the template just a little too long, and so I've had to go back and trim some more off. But it's difficult if you do that, because whenever you go to take the system off, well, then that's all stuck in your bio hair. And that's a real easy way to get some rips and tears in the back of that system, which you want to avoid. The second thing that I've seen is when you're cutting the front of the system, the hairline, when it's brand new, and you're cutting that little strip of skin across the front. So let's say you have particular ideas about the shape of that hairline. Let's say you want it to go back and recede a bit like this one does. Or if you want it just to come all the way across to your temples, to your hairline, where it's just barely a curve. They have different things for that. There's a CC curve and A, all this kind of stuff. And so the tendency might be, and I just had someone to do this, is to cut into, not just cut that skin off, but cut into the hairline to create the hairline that you want. Big mistake. So what you want to do with that front hairline is you want to cut just the skin right up to the edge of the hair, all the way across the way it is. But if you want, this recession, then the thought was, I'm just going to cut into that on the sides. Well, what happened was you've got all this super thick hair right in there, and it's impossible to get it invisible and to get that to disappear and to go away. If you want that recession, then you're cutting the front of that system across, and let's say you're like me, your hairline goes from about here to here. So what I'm going to do if I want that, I am going to cut that down the back on each side, coming down, and make a pretty much perfect oval across the front. And that's what the hair system does anyway. If you get a stock unit, this HD111 just has a slight oval. Let me see here. That was just me cutting the skin off of that system. And what this oval did is it created a little bit of a recession on both sides, which looks more natural. If I didn't want that, what I would do is cut just a little bit further over to the side and the front and then go back. So you'd have to have a little bit of a corner right here. And then that would come over in the front and cover that recession, that receding part as well. So the shape of it, I might have one that's done that way. Yeah. Okay, so look at this one. You can see the difference, right? It comes over a little bit further here on each side. It's still that oval in the front because that's where that hairline is on the stock unit. But because I wanted it to cover more of the front of my forehead, you can see it really well that way. I came across, out, and then went back a little bit. So that part and that part sits right on those places that are receding. And so that works. But if you don't want to do that, the trick is this. I think you can see the difference there.
Hey, if you're not comfortable installing or maintaining your own systems, please come see us at one of our 5 GTA locations where we have professional stylists and affordable pricing.
This unit that I have on presently, of course, is the, you've heard me say this, is the great almighty H3 This is the color. People ask me, what color is it, Rick? Well, okay, so I should know this. I get that, I should. But I just say I need dark brown with 40% gray. And so that's what this is. This 40% right here. This is 60% right here. Woohoo! So, yep. It's a big difference in that baby right there. And you've seen me with this on my head because I do go back and forth. I enjoy doing that. And then I've had a lot of people to say, but Rick, your hair is astonishingly white and your hair is darker. And you've also heard me say that this right here, that's my hair. That's bio hair right there. You see how dark that is? All of that. And so whenever it's really gray and I do a disconnected haircut, I can kind of cut it to a point that it blends in on the sides really well, but it's really hard in the back because the back of my hair is dark. I'm gonna try to turn around here. Now I always get synthetic gray hair, my personal choice because I like it better. So many different things to consider. If the cut-in's not right, it's not gonna look natural. If your template's not cut right and it doesn't fit your head right, it's not gonna look natural. If that front hairline is not cut appropriately in the way it's supposed to be, it's not gonna look natural. And if you come to me and the hairline's not done right, it makes me look bad because there's nothing I can do to fix that really. So I'll do the best I can. I did the best that I could. And we all learn, and lessons learned, of course. But so just those things I think that will be very, very helpful in you finding success in what you do. So the process of getting hair on your head doesn't take long. You've seen me do it in less than 10 minutes. Get in there, plop it on there. But then I put product in it. Then I spend time blowing it dry. And you will also find that every system has, most of them will have a body. The stock system has a body wave in it. My personal preference is when it has a little more than body. I like for it to have a little curl in it. It makes styling for me easier. But my natural bio hair had a little bit of curl in it. So if yours don't, you probably wouldn't want that. And so a lot of little tips there that'll make a big difference for you. Peace out. Have a great day. Be happy. And let's do this. All right. Take care, guys.